Tonight I won't be doing a video about cryptids or legends or monsters. Instead, tonight I'm going to do a dedication to my little dog Odie. You see, he was a Dachshund Jack Russell mix, and he passed away last Monday. He is a strong, courageous little boy, and the best way I can remember him is to dedicate this video to him. So if you enjoy this video along with others, feel free to like, subscribe, share, and ring the bell overhead. Drop a comment if you feel like it. And I'll return next week with more tales from cryptids, legends, ghosts, and monsters. Where our tale begin. I live in a town not too far from the city, and in the back of my house is a wood line, probably about 10-15 feet wide, in my fenced-in yard. Well, the other day I had to bury my boy of 14 years. And while I dug the grave, rain came down on top of me. I guess it's that way the gods let me know that he's safely with them now. So our tale begins after this. I'm cleaning up the yard, trash and mostly stuffed animals. When you have a lot of dogs like I do, you have a lot of stuffed animals thrown throughout the backyard. It looked like a tornado out there. So I'm in the woods, and I'm picking up these stuffed animals in my teen shoes and blue jeans, when I hear a bark come from behind me. I have 7 dogs. All of them have their own unique bark. Don't let anybody tell you differently. All dogs do. So when I heard this particular bark, I stood up and I thought about it, and I remembered that was my boy Odie. Well, I know Odie is laying in a grave not 10 feet from me, so I turned toward the grave, but what I saw wasn't Odie. Instead, I saw a 5-foot-long copperhead, coiled up, ready to strike me. Apparently, the noise I made while walking through the leaves and the pine straw and the weeds was enough to disturb this particular snake. And he didn't look too happy to see me. So I don't really have anything to defend myself with, except an old teddy bear that's missing his eyeballs. I look around for anything, but I know if I move too quickly, I'm going to the hospital. But lucky for me, I didn't have to worry about it. Because when that bark was sounded, I wasn't the only one who heard it. Out of my back door bolts 7 dogs, full throttle, running straight toward me, because that's where the bark came from. You see, when Odie was alive, his bark would call all the dogs back home. And they all came running. 2 got there first, and when they did see the snake, they went straight for it. Copperhead, being scared, decided to get out of there as quickly as possible. Going through the chain link fence, now he had all 7 dogs hitting that fence, trying to get a hold of the snake. I don't know if that thing would have bit me or not, but I'm pretty sure it would have. So I looked over toward the grave and there's not been disturbed. Nothing. Well, when I went to sleep that night, I had a dream. And that particular dream was a short little brown dog, half Dachshund, half Jack Russell, sitting on his butt, waving his hands like a little circus bear. And I know that was Odie that did that bark. And he was one that saved me from that snake bite. Welcome to the Shadowlands. This is fiction, of course, but it's my dedication and my memorial to a brave little dog that even though he was small, he stood off 2 German Shepherds and made them both back up. That boy was gutsy. And I'm going to miss him. Thank you for listening to my video. And come back next week as we return to explore more of the cryptids in America.